What if Doctor Strange, the mystical guardian we've cheered for, is actually the hidden villain paving the way for chaos in Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars? Hey everyone, welcome to Hollywood Latest Updates, your go-to spot for all the latest scoops, breakdowns, and theories from the world of movies and superheroes. I'm thrilled you're here diving into this wild MCU speculation with me today. Let's unpack this idea step by step, as I explore how Stephen Strange's journey from a cocky doctor to a reality-bending sorcerer might be twisting him into something far more dangerous than we ever imagined. I remember first meeting Doctor Strange as this brilliant but self-absorbed neurosurgeon, always convinced he could outsmart any challenge life threw at him. After his life-altering accident, he dove headfirst into the mystic arts, training under the Ancient One to become Earth's protector against otherworldly dangers. It seemed like a heroic transformation at the time, right? He mastered spells, wielded the Eye of Agamotto, and even bargained with Dormammu by looping time endlessly until the dark entity backed down. But looking back, I think that's where the cracks started showing. By reversing death and manipulating the natural flow of time, he wasn't just saving the day, he was meddling with the universe's delicate balance. And as I've pieced together from the films, those kinds of shortcuts don't come free. They echo through realities in ways we can't predict. Fast forward to the bigger picture in the MCU, and I see Strange's choices stacking up like dominoes, each one nudging the multiverse closer to collapse. It's not that he's evil at heart, but his arrogance has evolved into a reckless confidence that ignores the consequences. When Reed Richards calls him the greatest threat, it's not hyperbole, it's a warning based on patterns across variants. I mean, think about it. Every Strange we meet shares this flaw, this belief that the ends justify any means, even if it means fracturing existence itself. Diving deeper into his arc, I recall how in Avengers Infinity War, Strange peered into millions of futures and handed over the Time Stone to Thanos, setting up that 1 in 14 million win. It worked, sure, but at what cost? He dusted away, trusting the plan, and when the heroes pulled off the snap reversal in Endgame, the time heist they conducted bled timelines together. Suddenly, variants like the 2014 Gamora are stuck in our world, and Steve Rogers alters his own past. I believe these ripples are the seeds of incursions, those catastrophic collisions between universes that Strange himself later confronts. It's like he lit the fuse without realizing it, all because he played God with time. Then in Spider-Man No Way Home, things get personal. Peter Parker just wants a normal life, college acceptances for his friends, and Strange, ever the fixer, agrees to cast a forgetting spell, but he botches it mid-cast, pulling in villains from other universes. I think this moment crystallizes his problem. It's not a world-ending crisis, yet he risks everything over something trivial. His I know best attitude cracks open the multiverse, inviting chaos that could have been avoided with a simple no. And honestly, as I break this down, it feels like a turning point where Strange stops being the hero and starts becoming the catalyst for doom. Reflecting on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, I see the full extent of this pattern unfolding. We meet the Illuminati on Earth 838, where their Strange used the Darkhold to beat Thanos, dreamwalking across realities for solutions. But that power grab triggered incursions, wiping out entire universes. He knew he'd gone too far and even begged his team to kill him. Our Strange hears this story and still chooses to dreamwalk into a dead variant's body to fight Wanda. The Darkhold warns him, yet he pushes through. I think this shows his core issue. No boundary is sacred when victory's on the line. It's not just one bad call, it's a recurring theme across his variants, from the sinister one hoarding power to the defender who falls short. Mordo's words from the first film haunt me here. The bill comes due. And I believe that's foreshadowing Strange's descent. Clea shows up at the end, blaming him for an incursion, and he jumps in to fix it, but deep down, I sense he knows he's the root cause. This ties into comic lore where Strange becomes a black priest, those multiversal surgeons who destroy worlds to save others. It's a dark evolution, where he judges which realities survive, embodying the destroyer role while claiming to heal. As I story this out, it's tragic. Strange starts as a savior, but his methods warp him into the very threat he fights. Building on that comic connection, I envision Strange's path leading him to this black priest identity in the upcoming films. In the books, these priests are enigmatic figures who prune the multiverse during incursions, sacrificing one Earth to preserve another. It's cold, calculated work, fitting for a former surgeon like Strange. After Multiverse of Madness, with that third eye opening and Clea pulling him into the dark dimension, I think he's on the brink of this transformation. He'll confront the fallout of his actions. Not just his own, but those of every variant who's tampered with reality. And here's where it gets intense. In Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, this could position him as a perceived villain. Dr. Doom, ever the opportunist, might see Strange's power and blame him for the multiversal mess, proposing an alliance to fix it. But from what I've gathered, it's a ruse. Doom uses people like pawns. Leaked art showing them side by side. That's no coincidence. It's hinting at a comic-accurate betrayal. In the Secret Wars comics, Strange aids Doom against the Beyonders but ultimately turns, helping the heroes dismantle Battleworld. I predict a similar twist. Strange plays along in the shadows, sacrificing his reputation to undermine Doom from within. It's storytelling gold, turning our hero into a misunderstood anti-hero whose villainy is just the price of salvation. As I weave this narrative further, let's consider how Strange's role evolves post-Multiverse of Madness. We know Doctor Strange 3 is in the works, slotted between Doomsday and Secret Wars, much like those bridge films in the Infinity Saga. It'll dive into incursions head-on, with Strange and Clea battling in the dark dimension to stem the tide he unleashed. Benedict Cumberbatch has dropped hints in interviews, first denying involvement in Doomsday, then playfully retracting it at Sundance. I think that's classic misdirection. He might cameo or influence events indirectly. But in Secret Wars, he's confirmed as a centerpiece, potentially as the Black Priest clashing with Doom's godlike rule. Imagine the irony. Strange, blamed for destroying universes, becomes the key to rebuilding them. His arc mirrors Tony Stark's, layered, tragic, willing to erase himself for the greater good. In Battleworld, opposing Doom means death. And like his comic counterpart, Strange might fall, only for a reset to bring him back. But the stain of villain lingers as hate memes spread faster than facts. Yet I believe he'll emerge as the ultimate savior, a shadow guardian guiding the Avengers from afar. This duality completes his story, from arrogant doctor to multiversal martyr. Pondering the broader implications, I see Strange's journey as a cautionary tale about power's corrupting influence. Starting as a man who lost everything and rebuilt himself through magic, he now wields forces that demand sacrifices he's all too willing to make. In the first film, trapping Dormammu felt triumphant, but I think it planted the incursion seeds by defying natural laws. Endgame's time travels amplified it. No Way Home cracked the barriers, and Multiverse of Madness shattered them. Each step, I break down as Strange choosing expediency over caution, his savior complex blinding him to the domino effect. Comics reinforce this with the Black Priests, who aren't villains but necessary evils, destroyers preserving balance. In Doomsday, Doom might exploit this, framing Strange as the culprit to rally forces. But as the story unfolds in Secret Wars, Strange's true allegiance shines through. He'll aid in toppling Doom's empire, perhaps by merging realities or erasing threats, including his own tainted legacy. Cumberbatch's input on comic lore suggests deep dives into this, making Strange the MCU's new anchor post-Stark. It's a fresh take on heroism. Not flashy battles, but quiet, costly decisions in the dark. Expanding on Doom's involvement, I imagine their dynamic as a twisted partnership born of necessity. Doom, with his intellect and sorcery, recognizes Strange's multiversal expertise and proposes unity against incursions. But I think Doom's endgame is domination, using Strange's knowledge to forge Battleworld. Concept art teases this alliance, but comics show it's fragile. Strange betrays Doom when the moment's right, allying with Reed Richards and others. In the MCU, this could mean Strange infiltrating Doom's ranks, feeding intel to the Avengers while posing as a destroyer. His Black Priest role fits perfectly, judging worlds, deciding fates, all while atoning for past sins. Clea's guidance will be key, pulling him from outright villainy. And with Doctor Strange 3 bridging the sagas, we'll see him grapple with Variant's crimes. perhaps merging with them or purging corrupting influences like the Third Eye. I believe this setup elevates Strange beyond a supporting player. He's the tragic fulcrum, his villainy a mask for redemption. The multiverse's collapse? Largely his doing, but its salvation. Undeniably his too. Delving into the emotional core, I feel Strange's arc resonates because it's so human. From a surgeon fixing bodies to a sorcerer mending realities, his drive stems from loss. Christine, his hands, his old life. But that fuels hubris, leading to choices like using the Darkhold despite warnings. In Earth 838, his variant's execution highlights self-awareness, knowing you're the problem and accepting the end. Our Strange hasn't hit that yet, but I think Secret Wars forces it. Dying at Doom's hands, as in comics, would be poetic. The Destroyer destroyed, yet the reset revives him, reputation scarred but soul intact. Fans might debate his guilt, but as I story it, he's no true villain. He's the hero who bears the blame. Cumberbatch's teases about exploring lore suggest mind-bending plots, perhaps involving the Living Tribunal or other cosmic entities judging him. In Doomsday, even if absent, his incursions drive the plot setting up Doom's rise. It's a masterful build, making Strange the MCU's most complex figure. Shifting focus to the comic parallels, the Black Priest in the books are multiversal enforcers, born from Incursion's chaos. Strange joins them after immense loss, becoming a hooded figure who whispers destructions. I think the MCU adapts this for emotional depth. Strange, haunted by variants like Sinister Strange, embraces it to atone. In Multiverse of Madness's aftermath, heading with clear signals the shift, from protector to pruner. Doomsday might show early signs, with Doom manipulating him into destructive acts, painting him villainous. But Secret Wars reveals the truth. Strange's alliance is subversion, helping assemble resistance. His death catalyzes the hero's victory, echoing Stark's snap. Post-reset, he returns wiser, perhaps retiring to mystic realms. This narrative arc, as I break it down, transforms perceived destruction into salvation, highlighting themes of responsibility and sacrifice. Contemplating future tie-ins, Doctor Strange 3's placement is crucial. Like Ant-Man bridging phases, it'll escalate incursions, showing Strange's Black Priest training or battles in dimensions. Cumberbatch's Sundance flip-flop, pure hype building. I expect cameos in Doomsday, maybe visions or spells influencing events. In Secret Wars, he's central, clashing with Doom in epic sorcery duels. The irony blamed for multiversal ruin, yet engineering its fix. His variant's collective sins weigh on him, but he rises above, erasing Doom and perhaps his own corrupt elements. It's storytelling that flips expectations, making viewers question heroism. Strange isn't the villain, he's the scapegoat whose actions, though flawed, save all. Unpacking the incursion mechanics, I recall how Strange's time loop with Dormammu violated absolute points, creating branches that collide. Endgame compounded it with timeline thefts. No Way Home with spell mishaps, Madness with dreamwalking. Each, I think, accelerates decay. Comics Black Priest counter this by selective destruction, a role suiting Strange's surgical precision. Doom, sensing opportunity, allies with him in Doomsday, but it's a trap. Leaks suggest side-by-side scenes, but betrayal looms. In Secret Wars, Strange turns, aiding in Battleworld's fall. His villain label. Misinformation, Doom spreads. Ultimately, he sacrifices, resetting reality, remembered as destroyer, but truly savior. Exploring character depth, Strange's tragedy lies in good intentions gone awry. Arrogance from his doctor days persists, manifesting as rule-breaking. Mordo foresaw it, Reed confirmed it. Variants underscore universality. Every Strange endangers all. Black Priest path offers redemption through destruction, ironic for a healer. In films, this means confronting self in Doomsday, allying uneasily, then rebelling in Secret Wars. Cumberbatch's excitement hints at rich lore like Dark Dimension Wars. I see him as post-Stark icon, layered with moral ambiguity. Narrating the climax, imagine Secret Wars. Doom rules Battleworld, Strange's enforcer, but he secretly aids Avengers, X-Men, Fantastic Four. Revelation leads to confrontation. Doom kills him. Reset follows, heroes triumph. Strange revives, legacy mixed, villain to some, hero to truth knowers. This completes his arc, from fixer to eraser of flaws, including his own. Considering fan theories, some say Strange's third eye signifies corruption, leading to villain turn. But I think it's a tool for insight, helping navigate priesthood. Doomsday might show him causing more incursions accidentally, fueling Doom's narrative. Secret Wars resolves with self-sacrifice, echoing comics. Breaking down interviews, Cumberbatch's denials and teases suggest major role. Doctor Strange 3 explores priesthood origins, connecting sagas. Incursions as his faults centralize him. Story in the endgame, Strange's double role, ally and perceived foe, mirrors real-life misunderstandings. He pays ultimate price, erasing doom and self-doubts. In conclusion, while setup screams destroyer, Strange's heart ensures savior status. What do you think? Is he the multiverse's ruin? Will Doom manipulate him? Share in comments, like, subscribe.